Yeah, so Brian Allen got his MCL, and it's going to need repair, so he's going to be out for the year, which is unfortunate. Rob got kind of a similar with his meniscus, and he's going to be out a couple weeks. He'll at least be out this week, but it might be a couple weeks for him. And then Darius Williams, he got an ankle, and it'll probably be a couple weeks for him as well. And then with Brandon, just to update with Brandon, he's feeling good, asymptomatic. Everything is, really in good shape with him right now. But he will miss this week again, and then we'll reevaluate the following week.
So what plan to be on the
Yeah, so we're working through some of those things. I think, you got a chance to evaluate some guys yesterday just based on the way the nature of the game went. Thought Austin Blythe did a nice job at center. He'll step into that position. Austin Corbett really, did some really good things at that left guard spot. And then I thought, before he ended up having to transition out to the tackle spot, David Edwards did a nice job at right guard. As far as the tackle position, exactly how we fill that void from Rob, you could look at the Bobby Evans, some other options, but we're working through those things right now as kind of all that information, just within the last few hours, we're working through that.
Would you be more inclined to put Evans at tackle or move Edwards over to right tackle and put Evans inside?
It's a good question. I think probably you feel good about the way that David's played at the guard position. So I think initially that's probably our first reaction. I wouldn't say that's a final decision by any stretch, Gary, but we'll work through some potential options. And ultimately it's about putting together the best five. But in a lot of instances, you prefer to, not necessarily feel like you're, falling off at two spots, but just one if all things are equal. And we'll kind of navigate through that over the next 24 hours. There's certainly some names. There's some potential guys that you look to put a claim in, and maybe other teams end up getting on that guy first. But, those are things that we're working through in the meantime.
Sean, you go back through the tape from yesterday, and we talked early. Is there any kind of further explanation of why he wasn't in there late in the game after he had success running the ball early?
Yeah, he did a good job. I mean, you really look at it, the two drives that he did miss, that second drive that Malcolm was in was at 12 and a half minutes left in the game, and then the next drive starts at 2.5 minutes. So I think